Welcome to online class Standard 7 History Lesson 4 The Creation of an Empire. Creation means making something new. Empire means the vast large kingdom. In this lesson we are going to see the second part of the lesson. First we are going to describe an evaluation of Akbar. What are the administrative systems followed by Akbar and other rulers and the downfall of Mughal Empire. Let's start the lesson. In the last class, we saw about the Empire Express. Started with Babur, then by Humayun, then by Sher Shah Suri, then by again Humayun returned. The same travel we are going to continue in this lesson too. After Humayun, the travel was continued by Akbar through the level crossing of Panipat second battle, then to the Jahangir, then from Jahangir to Shah Jahan, then at last it ends with Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was the last grand ruler of the Empire Express. The travel starts with Akbar. When Humayun passed away in a tragic death, his son, the 13 years old young son Akbar, crowned after the Humayun. Since he was a small boy, he was guided by, since he was a young boy, he guided by Bairam Khan, the guidance tutor for Akbar. Let's see the conquest of Akbar. First, he conquered Malwa in the year of 1561 and Gondwana in the year of 1564, Mewar in the year of 68. While conquering the Gondwana, he sent his captain to conquer because at the time a queen Durgavati was ruling the country. So he sent his captain of soldiers to conquer Gondwana. He had a continuous victory over all these places and thus made an empire a vast area. Let's see the Rajput policy of Akbar. He had a good relationship with the Rajputs and other persons also. He appointed the Rajputs as the nobles. Nobles means the important persons as the administrative system. And he treated everyone in an equal manner. He abolished tax system of non-Muslim called jihas. And he observed all religious festivals. For example, Diwali, Bakrid, everyone he observed. He also found a new religion called Dil Hinahi, which means divine faith. It promotes the brotherhood between all the religious peoples. And he built a worship place also named as Ibata Khana, the place to worship. This made the other peoples happy and the religious tolerance policy. And a group of Mektabu Khanas was assigned to translate all the books into Persian language. The books were in different language, so he assigned the persons to convert into the Persian language. He stopped the forced conversion of Hindu peoples or other religion peoples into Islam. Akbar's administration: central administration, provincial administration, the Datsala system, the Mansabadri system. These are the four systems mainly used by Babur. The central administration created a major cabinet of ministers. The important ministers were assigned for each and every sectors. Let's see the following thing. Wazir, that means the prime minister, and he also act as the chief advisor. Diwan, the head of the revenue and finance. Revenue means the tax collection and the finance for the people. Then Mir Bakshi, which means head of the military, and he used to give salary to the soldiers. And Mir Saman, who makes the in charge for all the household properties of the empire. Next is Qazi, which means the judicial department, the judge and the judicial members. Sadar, Sadar means who is in charge for charitable and religious endowments. That means who gives charities and religious aids for the people and the emperors. The next is Datsala system. This is called as a land revenue system, which means tax collection for land from the people. This was assigned by Akbar and his minister Tudor Mal. They both assigned these things. They fixed a rate. For example, if I am cultivating a paddy means there will be a different rate of revenue. And if I am cultivating sugarcane means there will be a different rate of revenue. Based on the lands also they collected these things. Only one third they collected. The remaining amount the farmers can keep their own self. Next is the provincial administration. Provincial means it is an area. It is divided into subas. Subas headed by governor. He is called as Subendar. He only gives all the powers for the subas. Subas is also called as sarkars and amalgamars, which means sarkar means district and amalgas means revenue collection department. So these are the things of provincial administration. Next is Mansabadri system. This is the rank system in the army. Each and every army man has their own rank. According to the rank, they were paid. The land was given to the officers for their welfare. The system is called as jihars, and the inspection system of the land is called as Dahu Chera. After the success of Akbar, he got old and his son Jahangir ascended the throne. He also was a great administrator and he conquered Amar Singh and became the ruler of Mewar also. He did many good policies as Akbar and he maintained the relationship with other persons and other religious persons. He loved the nature and also the art and architecture. So he observed the nature and he wrote in his book, he in his autobiography about the nature and the art and architecture. Then he passed away in the year of 1626. Then after him, his son Shah Jahan came. Shah Jahan's real name was Khuraram and he ascended the throne in the year of 1627. He became a great victory emperor because he ruled the Golconda, Bengal, Ahmedabad and other places. And he crushed the power of Portuguese in India because they started to enter India through Bengal. So there he made a full stop for them. And he was a great patron of art and architecture. So only he built Taj Mahal. You can see the picture of Taj Mahal. Next is his son Aurangzeb. He started to rule over 1658 CE. After the illness of Shah Jahan, he take over the throne by himself. He was an orthodox person, so he made many quarrel between other religious persons. So what happened? After few years, they got fought each other. So this made to depletion in that royal treasury. The money got depleted from the royal treasury, and at last what happened, because of the quarrels between the religious parties, there was many quarrels between each other. So these lead to weakening the Mughal Empire in India. Then after that there was no money, so soldiers were not given proper salary. This made the soldiers dissatisfaction and they didn't properly fight in the war. So these are the points made Mughal Emperor weak in India. Then the money got depleted. Then after that many nobles, Delhi nobles were not loyal to the Mughal Emperor. Then the last Mughal Emperor was Bahadur Shah Zafar. He was the last empire and he got exiled by British. The British made him to flew away from India. So this made an end to Mughal Empire. Thus we have learnt about the Mughals and about the rise of Mughals and decline of Mughals and the administrative systems of Mughals. So these are the things we learned from this lesson. We'll check once. Name any three Mughal empires. Who defeated Humayun? Name the last Mughal ruler. Who built Taj Mahal? What are the causes of decline of Mughal Empire? Students, check out these answers and self-analyze yourself. Thank you. We'll meet in the next class.